Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2020 mid-month general reading. So we're looking at the last 2 weeks of October, and this reading is for the water sign of Cancer, our lovely Cancerians. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in to watching this video today. For all your likes, shares, subscribes, donations, support, feedback, comments, it's all welcome and appreciated. Thank you so much. So this reading is for Cancer for the last half of October 2020. That's Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, if your Venus is in Cancer, or if you are cross-watching for a Cancerian. It's all relevant, but of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone, being a general reading. So if you know all of your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, watch them if you can, because it'll help bring in different bits of insight to give you a more clear picture of what's going on in your life and potentially help you navigate through it a little bit better. If you find that any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, just click on the little arrow below, the little description link, where you'll see some contact details. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you or to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings, and I do readings full-time. It's all that I do, so scheduling personal readings is done in a pretty timely fashion. I'm pretty diligent about working with everyone's schedules and my own to get those readings set up with you as quickly as possible. So email me if you're interested. Okay, Cancer, let's see what the last half of October is holding for you. I am using Legacy of the Divine Tarot with the Gilded Tarot Royale. We begin with the Five of Swords, followed by the Star, the Fool, followed by the Seven of Wands, and from the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the last half of October is the Nine of Swords. This is the card I dislike the most in the tarot. I hate seeing this card when it comes up because the Nine of Swords is the Nine of Air, which is the element which governs the suit of swords and what goes on in our heads: ideas, belief systems, ideologies, perspectives, perceptions. This is a card of somebody who is thinking about something almost in an obsessively negative way, like trying to envision a future which hasn't played out yet, and almost always envisioning the worst possible outcome. Your fears and anxieties kind of hijacking your rational mind to the point where you're just thinking about it over and over and over again obsessively. You know, maybe it's interfering with your sleep, it's interfering with your day-to-day activities. It's not that the source of your fears and concerns or anxieties aren't valid, but this is a card of thinking about it to an extent, and usually negatively, to such a point that it becomes, overwhelming. It becomes bigger in your head than is actually reflected in the external reality of the situation. So lots of stress and anxiety. The Five of Swords usually represents a hard-won victory or winning at all costs, which can be, wanting to come out on top, wanting to have the last word, wanting to get ahead no matter what it takes or what it costs, which can be positive. It can also be negative. So we'll see when we clarify. We have the Star here, beautiful major arcana card. It speaks of wish fulfillment, the restorement of hope and faith, or the renewal of faith. Something occurs which makes an otherwise, maybe hopeless looking situation all of a sudden feel like something's possible again, that the path that you're on, that the direction you're going in is leading to your joy and fulfillment. So it looks like something kind of comes in which restores faith or helps restores faith. And then right next to it we have the Fool, the very first major arcana card in the tarot. That's why he has the 0 at the bottom of his card. And this is where the journey of the tarot begins, starting off on a brand new journey, taking risks, stepping off the beaten path, and just to explore the potential. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which is a defensive card. It speaks of defending, guarding, protecting that which you feel you have a lot invested in. It can represent standing by a certain ideology or belief system even when it's being challenged, or a set of principles or another person or yourself. Again, can be positive or negative or challenging depending on the rest of the cards. You know, there's a feeling, Cancer, when I'm looking at these cards, that someone in this situation, whether it's you or somebody else, although I feel like it's external, is being very aggressive in pursuing something with you or wanting something with you. I mean, it might be work, career, and finance, somebody, wanting to hire you. It could be love and romance. But I'm also getting this kind of trepidation or caution about whether it's real or not, or whether there's something underneath it, like an offer that almost feels too good to be true, or something of that sort. So let's clarify. Let's clarify that Nine of Swords. Stress, anxiety, worry, fear about an unknown future. Page of Wands. Let's see what's behind that. The Ace of Pentacles. Interesting, at the bottom of the deck we have another Five of Swords, so two different Five of Swords here because I'm using two different decks. So, stress and anxiety over the Page of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Could be a child or a young person that you're concerned about, but it could also represent whether you know enough to proceed in the situation or not. The Page of Wands, pages usually have that introductory energy. Pages, students, apprentices, pages are in the process of learning and trying to figure out how to apply what they're learning, to the path that they're on. They're usually quite eager, spontaneous, and impulsive. The Page of Wands, most of all, because he's governed by fire. It can also represent being at the introductory path of something, with really excited and enthusiastic, with speed and momentum in your favor. But it's not a developed energy. I mean, it's a page. We all kind of begin as a page, and the Page of Wands is the Page of Fire, so he's more prone to kind of just rush right out and do things. And we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So aces are the number one, the new start or the opportunity to begin a new path. The Ace of Pentacles is the Ace of Earth, so it could be a practical new beginning, a new job offer, moving, relocating, a combination of both. Sometimes receiving a sum of money or resources that enable you to start on something. It can represent the beginning of new projects. So the stress and anxiety is coming from, for some of you it might be a child or a young person in your life, whether it's, chronologically young or just like an adult child, starting off on a new path and being very worried about them, worried if they know what they're doing, worried if, they know enough to start, worried if they're going to be able to follow through with it, kind of like leaving home for the first time or getting started on a new career or a new relationship or something like that. It might be somebody external to you, but that you're close to, that you're worried about. And it could be that there is an opportunity for you coming in, or an offer of some kind, and you're worried about the sustainability of it, or the sustainability, how stable it is, and the sustainability of it long term, whether it's, in the earth energy area of your life, like work, finance, projects, home, or whether it's relationship oriented, or maybe it combines the two. There's this really kind of aggressive, I want something at all costs, I'm not backing down kind of energy to this, that has you kind of stressed and concerned. Whether it's somebody, so for, general reading is going to vary, of course, the details. It feels like the energy of whatever is new is about somebody external to you, whether it's somebody you love and care about, in terms of friends or family, or it's someone external to you who's trying to offer something or pursue something with you that you're concerned about the long-term sustainability of it. Let's clarify this Five of Swords, which is that very ambitious, kind of win at all costs, no matter how hard the battle is or how much it costs or how much you lose. It's all about winning, which sometimes can represent leaving people behind or hurting people. I mean, again, it can be very positive or negative. The Two of Wands, so being at a crossroads and needing to make a decision. Let's see what's behind that. The Devil, unhealthy, obsessive energy. The Devil can represent a lot of things. It's the traditional card for addictions, drug, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, whatever. But what it really means is an obsessive attachment to something that you keep returning over and over to in an unhealthy way. So the source of it might not be, bad, like pain medication or alcohol or relationships, but it's the fact that it's something, it represents enslavement because it's something you keep returning to in an obsessive way and makes things out of balance, right? A form of enslavement. It's like there's an unhealthy, obsessive energy here about winning, about pursuing the thing, whether the thing is you or the thing is a situation or a new path. Interesting. Let's continue clarifying, get a better picture here. Clarify the Star. The Six of Cups, childhood, family, nostalgia, long-time friends or relationships. What's behind that? The Seven of Pentacles, reflection, assessment. I feel like this might be a helpful energy. Maybe seeking out insight, guidance, or perspective from people that you have a long-term relationship with, if not family, to kind of help you evaluate and take stock as to whether, especially if there's an offer or opportunity coming in, whether it's worth pursuing or not. Clarify the Fool. The Two of Cups. The Page of Cups. Interesting. One more. The Lovers. So it looks like this crossroads, there's definitely and obviously a relationship here, a union of some kind that's at the heart of this. I mean, we have the Lovers and the Two of Cups both. And we also have the Devil, the Page of Cups, just little messages, loving messages, throwing out small offers, flirtation. This looks like a relationship that, okay, for some of you, maybe even for many of you, this is going to be a relationship that you're actively involved in, you and another person in a romantic way, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. For some of you, it might be somebody close to you, like a child or a young person or your kid or something like that. Maybe they're involved in a relationship that seems very obsessive or very controlling or codependent, or, I mean, we've got this very, very connected, kinetic relationship, which has a lot of passion, a lot of karmic connection to it. But with the Devil here, it also has the tendency, could have the tendency to be very obsessive, like a relationship that maybe has been through some rocky times, but you just keep going back and forth because you can't quite seem to break free of each other. For some of you, it might be a relationship that you're actively involved in, or someone close to you, like maybe your child or relative or really close friend or somebody is, and it looks like there's some kind of offer or opportunity on the table here that's coming in kind of an aggressive way. Again, whether it's you or somebody close to you. And, there's a lot of stress and anxiety over this as to whether or not it's a realistic offer opportunity, whether it's foolhardy or very risky. I mean, we've got the Fool, who never looks before he leaps. He's all about the journey, taking risks, stepping off the beaten path. I mean, I love the Fool, but he's not a planner, right? That's why he's often depicted here, with a little dog or a little animal to keep him from, running off the edge of a cliff. So we have the Fool with all of this, passionate love energy and the devil. It feels kind of like whatever this offer or opportunity is, it might look really good, the opportunity for a new beginning, but it's very fast moving. It's like something that comes in and it feels, maybe, come and live with me and come move over here, or let's do this, begin this new thing, and let's do it really fast. And I'm not going to take no for an answer. That's sort of what it feels like. I feel like very cautious about it. Okay, let's clarify the Seven of Wands. Very defensive, somebody who wants you, wants the situation, really wants to hold on to what they feel they already have a lot invested in. The King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. That can be you, Cancer. It could be somebody else who's manifesting like that, close to you. Could be your partner or the other person here. If it's love, it could be your love interest or your love partner. Clarify the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a very he can sometimes be emotionally a difficult read because he's older, he's walked a long path, and he's very emotionally aware and very disciplined with his own emotions. So sometimes it can be difficult. He sits on top of his emotions, so it can be difficult to read him. The Knight of Wands, the fastest of all of the knights, which represent offers and opportunities for change. Again, kind of spontaneous and impulsive energy. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Fool, we have the Devil. See what's behind that. The Six of Pentacles, a gift, giving, receiving. Well, Cancer. It looks like a potentially maybe a confusing or turbulent time for you the last half of October. It feels like there's all this offer or opportunity for change which is coming in really quickly and really aggressively. Somebody's really pursuing you. If it's love and romance, this person really, really, really doesn't want to give up on you, and he really, really, really wants to do this, do the thing. There's some kind of opportunity for change here, but there's a lot of stress and anxiety over it. And the stress and anxiety is because it's in its infancy or beginning as well. And it feels like the stress and anxiety is that is it moving too fast? Is this a foolhardy, risky venture? Again, whether it's love and romance, whether it's work, career, and finance, perhaps your partner is, wanting to make a major decision that's going to affect your lives and you feel it's very risky. Again, it could be somebody else external to you, but you're close enough to it that you're like, this is too risky, it's happening too quickly. We don't have enough, kind of long view on it, on what the consequences might be, but it feels like there's pressure to take advantage of this and do the thing, job, work, money, love, moving, but right in the middle of this there's this helpful positive energy that feels like it's attached to other people in your environment, like friends or family or people that you have a long-term connection with, to help kind of ground you and outside of this sort of devil obsessive energy and help you take stock of what you have invested in you, in your life, in your home, in your family, to kind of help balance out all this other energy, which is very kinetic and very spontaneous and very, let's do this now. Okay, well, I need to sit down and kind of take a look and take stock and take inventory. And it feels like there's people in your environment that can help you do that. For some of you, it feels like you might have made a decision to break away from a situation. Could be a job, could be a relationship that was very toxic, and it's very difficult for you to break away from that. And the temptation is to stay in it or to return to it. And what is showing as a key component to holding you steady here is these people around you that you have this long-term connection with. So different things for different people. Let's pull some advice or guidance. What is the best way for Cancer to navigate through this energy for the last half of October? I mean, we're only looking at a 2-week period of time here, but it looks pretty full. All right, advice and guidance. What can help Cancer navigate through this better? Contemplate on, work on, seek out. The Hanging Man. No decisive action yet. Watching things play out, gaining more information, gaining new perspective because things are still playing out, which is very practical advice for a new offer or opportunity that comes in that looks like it could be a real game changer or a significant life changer, and you're being pressured to kind of act on it right away. But you need to kind of take a step back and kind of watch and see how the situation plays out, because you may not have all the information yet. There may be something a little not quite clear or not quite on the level here. Any more advice or guidance? Oh, I got 2 just popped out. 3 of Coins and 3 of Cups. These are both cards that speak of partnerships, of people that you work with or collaborate with, everybody exchanging ideas and feedback, and also providing, a good source of social support as well, or positive connections in your community. So again, there's this, so it's definitely no decisive action yet. If they're saying this offer expires, or you have to take advantage of this offer, especially if it's love or romance, or it's going to go away, well, then let it go away, because when you're being pressured to, or you feel like this obsessive need to act on this now or else it's going to go away, then the long-term sustainability of it in reality is probably false. It's probably an illusion. It feels like there's, I don't know if it's an actual con, but it feels like there's more to this than you know about yet, and the Hanging Man will hang back and watch things play out so he can gain more perspective that he doesn't have right now, regardless of what he's being pressured to do. It also looks like people that you have a really good, close historical bond with can also be a good source of support, perspective, and grounding. So Cancer, that is your reading for the last half of October. It's an interesting kind of reading. I hope that it resonated for you in a way that was helpful, or at least not too confusing. Again, if this reading resonated with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, just click on that description link below. Feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the November, I can't believe it's November already, November general readings. Until then, stay safe and well. I look forward to seeing you back here soon. Bye-bye.